Hi there, thanks for visiting. And today I'm going to share with you how to build an audience for your blog using Facebook. And let's jump right into it. There's two ways to do it basically using Facebook ads. And one super simple way is if you have a page already, and we'll go over how to build that in a moment. If you have a page already, you just go down and pick a post or a photo that you want to use. In my case, it's usually travel pictures, which work really well with this. So let's say the cute kittens here, I was house sitting. And you just click on Boost Post. Takes a moment, I'm in Australia, it's slow internet here. And then you can pick the audience, people who like your page, people who like page and their friends, people you choose through targeting. This is the ones you want, the people who you choose through targeting. And then you create a new audience and you give it a name, and then you pick the countries, the age group, gender, and then you pick interests. And the way you do that, I don't know what this is in here. Let's say you want to do budget travel. And then, see, it gives you several options. And then you just pick one and put that in there. Boom, there it is. And then you save that, and that's your audience. Very simple. And then you go down to budget. It usually starts at 5, although if you run it continuously, you can also do lower amounts. And you can set 1 day, 7 days, 14 days. I usually do $5 one day, and I just do a 1-day boost, but it depends on what you have. Don't go too high, and then you put your payment information in there. That's all it is. You click on boost, and it takes usually half an hour to an hour to get approved, and then it gets shown to all the people you specified in there. It has worked really, really well for this page, but it depends a little bit on what you do. Travel blogging is very visual, and whenever you do that, try to have at least a photo, something, a picture or a video, something very appealing that people would click on, that you would click on, frankly. Ask yourself. Also on social media, they're not social media, mobile devices, they're especially visual because it's smaller. People react very strongly to pictures and videos there. So just do that and don't go crazy. Start with 5, do 1 a day, because it is easy to get carried away. It seems such a small amount, but once you do it for a few days, it does add up, so be careful. The other option is to create an ad, and for that you click up here. You go to create ads, and in my case it's already set up, but it will then ask you to set up an account, put your credit card and all that stuff. It's very self-explanatory. If you have any questions on that, you can just go to YouTube and put in your question. That's what I do for everything that I don't know. If you go to YouTube and watch a video on it, there's pretty much everything under the sun. So anything I don't cover in here that is not self-explanatory to you, just go to YouTube or Google it. You will always find a good answer. I just like video because it's easier to read. So here we already had boost your post. Promote your page is your Facebook page. It works somewhat similar. Then you can send people to your website. This is what we're talking about. So let's click on that. Give it a name. Then once again, you pick your audience. Here you can be a little bit more specific. You just pick the age group, the country. You can also ask for specific cities. If you have a local business or a local service you want to promote, you just put your city in there, and then be as specific as you can be. The more specific, the better the results, obviously. And then you have, let's say, interest. Let's use budget travel for my other book, and then it gives you all these options. And the nice thing here, which you didn't see when in the boosting, is it shows you how many people are there. So this is mostly interest. There's behaviors. Sometimes you have employers or jobs. So it gives you a sense of who these people are, and it's usually good to pick a smaller audience because it's more specific. Now, budget travel is not very specific, but I'm just giving this as an example. And you might want to try play around with it a little bit and then figure out what works for your stuff. Then another way to specify Facebook pages, people who like your page, friends of people like your page, exclude people who like your page, and then apps. You just go through that and look at it a little bit. Now this is also important placement. I would really only put it into desktop newsfeed, so the others you can just unclick. Mobile newsfeed is okay as well if you have something very visual. If it's a lot of text, I wouldn't bother. But definitely use this. The right column is not as effective. The newsfeed is, I'm sure you have seen those ads that they show up in your newsfeed and they're sponsored posts, but you pay a lot more attention to them usually than in the right column. Now the next thing, very important, for some reason Facebook always sets it at 20. The minimum you have to put in, at least the first time around, is $5. So start with that. Don't do more than that unless you want to go crazy, but I really wouldn't suggest it. You can pick either daily budget or lifetime budget. Lifetime is if you only want to run it for a day or for 2 days or 3 days, and then you just see you set the dates here, or daily budget, then it's a repetitive thing. Now this was 350, don't get scared, this was an entire month. I would just really not recommend doing that. Then, yeah, once again, don't get, it's usually not like that. Now the other really, really important thing is what you said here, optimization for ad delivery. Link clicks to your website is what you want. Because the other one is impressions, that's whenever people see it, but they don't click on it, so you're wasting a lot of money. The one you want is link clicks to your website, people that actually go there. So every time someone clicks on that and goes to your website, you pay. It's usually around $1 or a little less or more, depends on what feed you're in. And then there's a few more options. I wouldn't worry too much about those. I never do much with them. And then you go continue, and then you create the ad. You can use an existing post, which is what we did before. This is the one, and you can just change it. Or let's just show you how to create a new ad. You can either use several images in one ad or single images. Let's just do that. Or you put in a video, a slideshow. Let's just pick one image here for simplicity's sake. So you upload the image here, and it gives you the exact sizes that it should have. If you don't have that, just put it up and see what comes up. You might have to crop it a little bit to fit. Very important is Facebook does not allow more than 20% text in the ad. So of the entire ad image, only 20% can be text, and they will not allow your ad to go through. They check every single ad, so do not put a lot of text on there. You can put text in the top if you have that, like in the boost post. When mostly also in ads, you have an option in the top, like on any other post, you post a picture and then you have a little comment on top. You can do that here. I haven't uploaded a picture, but it once I do, it will show up. Then here you put in the website URL and the Facebook page. You can pick what pages you want to connect it to. So in this case, you put your website, your URL. Then you pick a headline and the text. That is also limited in the ads. On the boost post, you have more freedom there. And then you can pick a call to action as it's called. Learn more, shop now, watch more, book now, whatever. That's pretty self-explanatory, and you can add a description to the thing. It will always show you on the right what it looks like. So it's super easy to use. I'm just looking if there's anything else. And and this is another thing. I'm not going to cover that in this one. It's a little more complex. You can also track all conversions from Facebook, meaning you install a pixel on your blog, and then you can track where the leads are coming from. But I wouldn't worry too much about that right now. That's a bit complicated. I will cover that at another time. And if you absolutely want to know that right now, then just go to YouTube. There will be plenty of videos showing you how to install that pixel. It's not difficult, but don't get carried away. You don't usually need it right now. And then place order. Then the other one I wanted to show you quickly is, let's see what's coming up. Nope, let's go again. Sorry for the slow internet. What's wrong with Australia? It's such an amazing country, but the internet really isn't great here. So create ads. The other one you won't need right now, but just for the future, so you know what's available. Once it's coming up, sorry about that. Wow. Okay, here we are. Increase conversions on your website. That's kind of what I was talking about. That you use if you are selling something on your website, if you want people to read a certain article. Let me just show you quickly where this is going. So it starts the same way. and you fill out the same information again. Not going over that. So here, this is the important part, conversion events. So you click on here, set up conversion. So here it gives you the options. Delete that. So view content, search, add to cart. Like if you have things to offer, you have a shopping cart, add to wish list, and initiate checkout. Purchase, lead. So there's a bunch of different options. That's more specific, and for that you do need that pixel. But for most of you, that is not necessary right now. I'm just mentioning it to you. It's a really good tool to have later on if you really want to build an audience and also conversions, because it's important to know where your leads are coming from and what is working, what is not. Otherwise, you spend money on things that don't work. Now, the last thing I wanted to quickly go over, if you wanted to create an ad, it's very easy to do that. It's a site called canva.com. It's free. And here you can create a lot of different designs. You can also create a Facebook cover, which you should have. In fact, that's the other thing I quickly wanted to go over. If you don't have a Facebook page yet, you just go to create page, and then you pick whatever applies to you, and then the rest is very self-explanatory, but you will need a cover. I'll show you in a second. Here we are. So this is the cover. Obviously, you just upload those pictures, but you should have some text on here. And very important would be to have your website, your phone number, if that's what you want to give out, or any other contact information. Anything you want on there, have it in the cover. Don't just have it in here. This is where people look first. So the way to do that, super simple. And this is the Facebook cover, and the same thing. It also has a design template for Facebook ads. It's important to have the right measurements, and this way you don't have to think about it, you just put it in. So there's layouts, different ones, but you can also just upload a picture. To give you an example, I already uploaded a few here, so you just drag it in, and then you just pull it so it fits, or ideally you take a picture that is already measured correctly, but even that I can stretch, so that looks sort of decent, and then you use another picture for here, let's say. Let's use this one, make it smaller, whatever. I'm just quickly playing around here to show you it's really, really easy. Okay, now that's the other part. There's a different way. This I think you have to actually upload on Facebook directly, so this is just for the background cover. So the other important part, you can also just pick a background. Let's, like this, so they have some nice little free templates. Like that, you can play around, or some pictures. I think they're $1, so it's not expensive, but the copyright is taken care of. You don't ever want to use pictures that you don't have copyright for, so that's there. And then the important part, text, this comes up, and then you just drag this over, and then you can change the font. Go, all these different fonts, have a lot of different font size, color, and a bunch of other things. You can even put a link in there, transparency, so a lot of different options. You can also use, let's delete this, you can also use something like this, and then just double click on here and change your text and put whatever you want in there. Once you're done, go to download image for web, and then it saves it to your desktop, and from there you can just upload it to your Facebook page. Like I said, if you go to canva.com and go to the designs, you will also find templates for Facebook ads, and as you could tell, it takes 5 minutes to set that up. It's super simple. You don't need to pay a designer for that, and you can also create nice posts if you want. Sometimes, depending on what you do, people have a photo with a inspirational quote or anything like that. It's really easy. I just want to see. Okay, never mind about that, but that's how you do that. And it's going a little crazy right now. And that's how you use Facebook. It's been incredibly successful, especially for the travel blogging, but in part because visual things convert very well. Hope it helped you. If you enjoyed it, please like the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and share if you know other people who might benefit. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.